Folks, welcome to the Best Stock Picks video. This week we're going to go over a whole host of stocks. Our strategy is going to change a little bit from what it was last week. Last week we were a little bit more bearish in the market. I think that there's a good possibility this coming week that we will see a counter trend rally in the markets. We did take some of our short positions off, one of them being Live, L-I-V-E. As a matter of fact, I profiled it last week on the Best Stock Picks video, so you can go back and check that out. L-I-V-E was a symbol. We profited $7.59 per share for a total profit of $3,795 on that trade. Wasn't a big trade, but quick trade nonetheless. It was an extreme overbought stock, and you can just check out my video. As a matter of fact, I'll touch upon it in this video as well, how we traded that stock, because there's another stock that we're looking at, which is SILC, which is another stock very similar to Live. So the way we trade, if this is your first time, we're not day traders. We're what you call end-of-day traders. We like to do our analysis after the market closes. That way you avoid impulse buying. You go into the next day with a game plan. In fact, you don't need to be sitting in front of your computer. You set up advanced orders. So that's the way I like to trade: swing trading, short-term trading. Sometimes we'll trade low-dollar stocks. Sometimes we trade high-dollar stocks, wherever we see opportunity. We have no bias on the size of the stock that we trade. Wherever there's opportunity, we'll long, short. We're very happy in either direction. However, we keep our positions smaller on the short side because the bias by the market is to the upside historically. If you're not currently receiving my best stock pick videos on a weekly basis, please enter your email address. You'll get it delivered to your email box every week, along with my post-trade reviews. I just did one today on PHOT. That was a long trade that we did, and you'll not be spammed. I hate spam too. You'll not be spammed. You have an unsubscribe button on the email. You can always opt out. No big deal. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, like me on Facebook, leave a comment below if you have a question. I'll reply to you. I like to do it there so that people could see the questions, my responses, so that way if they have that question, they get their question answered as well. And that's it, folks. Enjoy the video. I have a whole bunch of charts I'm going to go over. Again, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And that's it. Enjoy the video. Okay, we have a whole bunch of stocks to get through. Let's just start off first with 3D Systems, symbol DDD. All of these charts will be daily charts. On the 27th, you saw Triple D put in a bottoming tail at 72.70, which was last seen back in November of 2013. A nice little rally. Thursday, topping tail at $80 per share. I think we're going to get a pullback, and what we're going to be looking for is, can we put in a higher low, or will we hold support at 72.70? I believe that the slow stochastic is probably going to roll over. So we'll be looking for a good entry point to get long of 3D. However, the risk-reward entry point is not in our favor just yet, but we will be keeping an eye on it. I'll be going into the weekly charts with members on the week ahead commentary. DLTR is the next stock up, daily chart. Nice doji star formation on Thursday. It's a sign of indecision. We gap down on Friday. We closed off of support at $50 per share. Here's the problem. You're going to have the 50-day moving average threatening to take out the 200-day moving average. There's pretty much not much that can happen to avoid that from occurring. RSI is sub 20. It just barely makes it onto our screener. So we'll keep an eye on it. I think we're probably going to consolidate at $50 per share. This is not our ideal entry point. I think that we will pull back, retest, and perhaps even pull back, make new lows, and head down to the high $47 per share level, $48 per share level. Note the volume, very, very high. Institutional distribution. And again, all of these charts I will be going over with members, the weekly intraday charts, and plus the catalyst that will send these stocks either higher or lower on the week ahead commentary, which is released to members every Sunday, along with the market pulse check, which is where we review the overall health of the stock market. Next stock up is HGG, Gregg Incorporated. This is like a Best Buy down in the South. I profiled this stock a couple of weeks ago as an extreme oversold stock poised for a bounce. When I profiled it, nobody wanted this stock. And it had an RSI of about 17, and the stock subsequently rallied up to $11.64 from a low of $10.42. And it did what these stocks traditionally do. It rallied, rolled over, and proceeded to make lower lows. These big box retailers, their days are numbered. So be very, very careful with the retail sector. It's in a correction and one that's probably going to last for quite some time. RCII, another retailer, Rent-A-Center. Remember this one from many years ago? It used to be Investors Business Daily, high-flying stock. No longer. It gapped down last week. I think that this resistance level will stay as resistance, and we're probably going to pull back down and retest the $23.86 level. Will we hold? That's the question. And what we'll need to do is take a look at the weekly charts to see where our historical price targets are. And that way we know where our best risk-to-reward entry point is. So although I'm profiling it right now, by no stretch of the imagination will I be long of RCII on Monday morning. It's going to need to come back, either retest the lows or break those lows, and we'll pull back to historic support. And again, I'll be going over that with members on the week ahead commentary, the weekly, monthly charts, plus the catalyst that will propel the stock higher. CBLI, this is Cleveland Biolabs Inc. This is an NASDAQ microcap. It's an interesting daily chart in the fact that it's holding the 63 cent per share level, so our risk to reward is fairly good. We know where to get out. I'm really going to want to take a look at the intraday charts, the 30-minute charts, and the weekly charts to determine whether or not this support level is a reasonable price level to get involved with from a risk to reward perspective. We also want to identify what our stop loss point is, as well as what's our upside potential with this trade. RSI is below 20 at 17.09. Volume bars are dropping down, making it interesting. It shows that the distribution is dropping off some. ADT is our next stock up daily chart. RSI is at 10.91. A brutal week last week. Huge institutional distribution. This is one that I'm really going to want to take a look at the intraday charts, because although I believe that Friday's trade was very, very negative, they tried to rally it and it failed. It closed near the lows of the day. We want to take a look at historical support, and then we want to take a look at the intraday chart to see whether or not we're setting up for a nice double bottom setup on an intraday basis, and are there enough shorts involved with the stock that may act as a catalyst for a short squeeze. So I like ADT. It's one of my favorites going into the week, but we need to do a little bit more analysis on it before we get involved. Members, stay tuned. GDX, the market vectors gold miners. Very, very good month last month. I love the gold miners. We have made some really good profits on GORO, NG from a swing trade perspective, which is a shorter term trade, a shorter term swing trade. However, the GDX will be looking to add as an investment. And to justify why I like it as an investment, you need to take a look at the monthly chart. Because on a monthly chart, it's broken out above the upper band of the declining downtrend channel. I like it. However, on a weekly chart, which I'll go over with members on Sunday, it looks like we can see a pullback in the GDX, and we'll look for a good entry point to buy up the GDX, and we'll implement a buying strategy, meaning we don't want to just go jumping in both feet and buy our entire position on the GDX. We want to open up a position and then build on strength and allow GDX to prove itself as a top performer before we go buying more. And I love the fact that we're putting in a double bottom setup on a monthly chart on RSI. Love it. Great volume last month. Ultimate oscillator in an uptrend. So members, we're going to do a lot of rework on the gold miners this weekend, the intraday charts, the weekly charts on GDX in particular. So stay tuned for the week ahead commentary. Next stock up is PHOT. I just posted our post-trade review of PHOT. I like the fact that we were able to rally past the 30 cent per share level. This is not my ideal risk-to-reward entry point just yet. PHOT needs to prove itself because now it's trading more as a momentum stock, and that's traded differently than when we traded it back here as a correction play off of support levels. So two different types of trading. So I'll go over that with members on the weekend commentary, but PHOT is back on a watch list, good volume on Friday. So the stock apparently is back under accumulation. We made a really great profit, 14% profits, $4,700 on this trade. So we'll be looking to get back in once again. SILC, this is a short trade, very similar to Live, which I'll bring up that chart now, because you might be saying, why? Why does this guy want to short SILC? What is he, crazy? And I'll show you how we did it with Live. Okay, so when I added Live, as a matter of fact, I think it's on the Best Stock Picks video from last week. You can go back on either my blog or on Stock Twits, and you'll see it there. But I cautioned about Live hitting the upper band of its trading range, because how do we know it was an upper band? Because we pulled back to the monthly chart, and we knew that it had found resistance on the monthly chart back in August 2010 and back in 2004 on several occasions. So the risk to reward was in our favor. So we decided to get short of LIVE, and we scored a huge pullback last week as the markets corrected. A great profit on this trade. Congratulations to members that were involved. So getting back to SILC, you're setting up for a similar type of price action. However, there is a bit of a difference from the LIVE trade. The difference is this: the RSI is not as overbought as was Live. And B, I think that there is a possibility that we could see a continuation up move. And the big difference with SILC versus Live is the fact that there is no historic resistance. What that means is that we need to take a look at the intraday charts as well as the daily charts for clues for when we want to open up a short position. Now, why does the fact that there are no prior buyers back here looking to get made whole concern me? It's because for that very fact, there is no overhead supply, meaning there are clear blue skies. They could squeeze the shorts all they want on SILC. So I want to get this at a far more favorable risk to reward entry point. So again, we'll be watching the intraday charts and the daily charts. Members, I will be going over SILC in the week ahead commentary, so stay tuned. Our last stock up is Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Daily chart, you could see that in this daily chart. We have just gone completely parabolic. We've blown out the upper band of the rising uptrend channel with an RSI of 87.58. This is one that we're looking to short. What prevented me from shorting it last week? Institutional accumulation. Can't be ignored. So we really need to focus on the multi-period charting, meaning intraday charts. Are we seeing any divergences? And I'll be going over that with members on Sundays, the week ahead commentary. Very, very overbought on the slow Stokes and on ADX. So I'm liking WWE as a short. And that's it, folks. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this on my website, drop your email address in, and you'll get my best stock picks on a weekly basis, as well as my post-trade reviews, such as I posted with PHOT today on the website, as well as some trade tutorials. You will not be spammed. I hate spam too. If you would like to leave a comment, please do so below, and I will get back to you. And that's it, folks. Have a very, very profitable week. Members, stay tuned for the week ahead commentary, which is going to be coming out shortly. And everybody be well. Enjoy Super Bowl Sunday.